Let's kill the countdown. Let's just kill the countdown. Let's shoot the shit right now. Let's jump into it. Welcome, guys. So yeah, actually, I probably should have let the countdown run. I probably should have got a little more prepared for this stream. Welcome. Hope everybody's doing good. No squadrons from me today. Maybe I'll stream it tonight. I really don't know, but we're going out of town tomorrow. Just starting to pack, clean up a little bit, get everything situated. And we're only going 2 hours away. We're just going, my daughter's staying with my parents. Me and my wife are going to Savannah for a little getaway. My coffee, I did not brew any for this stream, man. I did not. But, yeah, let's shoot the shit. Whatever's on your mind. Let's do it. Swishfish and Red Mouse, thank you guys so much for the first super chats of the stream. Swishfish says, morning Greedo, can't stay, but have a good trip. We absolutely will, man. Can't wait. We haven't been to Savannah in a couple of years, and we used to go like every single year. It's like my favorite drinking city. I love it. I love it. So, yeah. Savannah, Georgia, man. Has one of my favorite little stores, too. It's a store called Planet Fun. And, yeah, Google Planet Fun Savannah, Georgia. And it's basically like a 90s toy store come to life. It's awesome. They have a huge Star Wars section. I mean, it's a really cool place, man, and I always get lost in there a little bit. You can walk in Savannah. You can walk around with the drinks, and it's incredible. But let me Planet Fun Savannah. Yeah, check it out if you ever if you have a moment just to take a look at the store. It's been a couple of years since I've been in there, but man, it's awesome. But yeah. Anyway, Swish, I appreciate that, man. And Red Mouse, thank you so much. Favorite non-English slash subbed movie. That's really difficult. I really haven't watched too many in the past. Golly, probably. I mean, I'm sure if you bring some up, I would instantly say yes, I've seen it. But the one that I feel like I've seen the most is Life is Beautiful. I don't know the translation of the title. But I used to watch that all the time, like in school. For whatever reason, I had a teacher who put that on all the time. Yeah, what would be my favorite? Let's see. What are some of yours? It's kind of a department that I... Oh, Downfall. I've seen Downfall. That was great. Really well done. Let's see if I can find a list and see what I've seen. Oh, Harmy brought up, how do you, I actually don't know how do you pronounce that. Amelia? Said I needed to see it. Downfall was fantastic. I've seen that. It's been 10 years maybe since I've seen it, but yeah. Das Boot.
In the words of your favorite band AC/DC's lead singer Bon Scott, have a drink on me. So much wrong with that sentence. Have a good trip, Greedo. Favorite type of horror?
Vince and Arco, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. One sec. Yeah, it's for whatever reason, man. That's kind of a department that I've never really watched too much of. You know, non-English films. Not because I haven't wanted to, but just I don't know. I just think front and center is usually English films, and I'm usually a front and center kind of guy. Years ago, I would have been a little more invested in watching films like that. For whatever reason, man, I've become your typical American. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, Red Mouse. And Arco, thank you so much. So EA has no plans to add future content to Squadrons. Make what you will of that. Yeah, that's actually kind of what I already knew that, but let's see. Let me see. So, that's something that was told to us before the game came out when we did our little playtests and stuff like that. Now, I said that on my reviews, they have no plans as of right now. I said that in my video from yesterday, or 2 days ago when I said that was my biggest worry, a lack of longevity because of a lack of new content, or maybe not that much content in multiplayer. So yeah, I don't know if this was previously known to everyone, but that's kind of what I've always known. And water. Yeah, I always have a 32-ounce Nalgene with me, man. And a part of me, like, I love Ian. I'm blanking on his last name, but he conducted the kind of the play test and told us what was going on. And he specifically said, this is an old school style release. Boom, $40, it's out. No microtransactions, a release as is game. I appreciate that mentality. I do. I really appreciate it, and I wish more games did that. At the same time, like, it's 2020, and I think I'm like everyone else, where you love a game like a Battlefront 2, right? And you want more, and there's Battlefront 2 continuously added more, and it made the game better and stronger, and the longevity of that game lives on, despite no more additional stuff being added to the game as of now. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, I do appreciate it in an old school way, I suppose. That's actually a good topic for a video. Maybe I'll knock that out today and put that video out later. But yeah, I'll have to gather my thoughts and figure out everything I want to say about it. I'm not complaining. The game's fun. It's kind of the way that we were used to for a very long time. It's only within the past, 10, 15 years that big time post-launch DLC has become a kind of a mainstream thing, has become a normal thing that we expect, right? In the past, you could argue that expansion packs were the DLC of their time, and they certainly were. I've made that argument quite a bit when people like complain about microtransactions and stuff like that. I point to $20 expansion packs that you used to be able to buy for Doom and Duke Nukem and Diablo and all those games. But yeah, we shall see. I'll make a video about it for sure. But I appreciate that, Arco. And Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the channel support, man. Super thirsty today. Vince says, in the words of your favorite band, AC/DC's lead singer Bon Scott, have a drink on me. So much wrong with that sentence. Have a good trip, Greedo. Favorite type of whore. Yeah, none of those things are true. Well, first of all, I appreciate it, man. I will absolutely be taking beer pictures and cocktail pictures and food pictures. Looking forward to it. But my favorite type of whore, like, I usually go for, man, it's really hard to say. I've always said I've never been that big of like a slasher gore fan, but I find myself every Halloween wanting to watch those type of movies, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I would say I tend to prefer movies like Seven, I guess. Is that what you would consider maybe a horror movie? Something like that. I would not consider it a horror movie, but to me, it's more freaky. It's more scary. It's more uncomfortable than what you might consider a slasher or a typical Halloween movie that someone would watch, right? Like a 7. That's what I usually gravitate towards, more just movies that they're somewhat believable and they just make you feel gross and just like bleh, you know, like a Silence of the Lambs or a 7, something like that, you know. That's usually what I gravitate towards more, you know. I have actually never seen Evil Dead. I've never seen Evil Dead, which is crazy to me. Like, I feel like I know everything about it, but I've actually never sat down and watched it from beginning to end. So that is our goal. My goal. That's my goal. This Halloween season is to finally get around to watching Evil Dead. I've never seen it, man. I've never seen it. But yeah, usually I like that kind of stuff, you know, kind of more, I don't know, make you feel weird. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. And Edward, good to see you. Edward says, you are lucky to go out of town. Here in my province, we are restricted to our town because of freaking COVID-19. Yeah, we've been playing it safe, super safe. Haven't really gone anywhere other than, obviously grocery store and stuff like that. We had some kind of shitty stuff happen medical-wise about a month and a half ago, and we just decided, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna go, we're gonna take all the precautions, hand sanitize the shit out of ourselves and wear a mask everywhere, but we're gonna go to Savannah just because we need it, you know, we need a little getaway after a month ago. And my daughter is staying with my parents, and it's going to be a good time, you know. But, yeah, it's really interesting how the rest of the world, not even the rest of the world, man, how state by state takes it. I have friends from Boston, Philly, New York, Chicago. They're all guys that I grew up with, and, you know, they're some of my best friends. We go. They're the same guys that we go to a cabin trip every year and hang out. It's a yearly tradition. But they all moved up north for the most part, other than a couple of them. And they have all come down here to visit since all hell broke loose. And we've had conversations about it, and they're kind of blown away by how lackadaisical it is down here in Florida compared to like where they are, Philly or Boston or something like that, you know. So it's not only like country to country, it's state to state, as you said, province to province even. And I ultimately, I don't know how I feel about that, because there needs to be a federal vision when something like this pops off. There needs to be strong, cohesive leadership, a strong, cohesive vision when a worldwide event like this pops off. I am, obviously states' rights. It's a big part of our nation's history. It's a big part of kind of the structure of our country. But at the same time, God damn it, you need to have a solidified, central, pinpoint vision, right? How the hell did we get down this path? But Edward, I appreciate that, man. In Florida, you're really free to do almost anything. I mean, the Dolphin Stadium can be filled up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think they were at like 10% capacity. I don't know what it's at now, but I think their first game was at like 10% capacity or something like that. Yeah. Same with the Jags Stadium, man. But yeah. I appreciate it. And Arco, thank you so much as well. Who knows, maybe Squadrons will be like Dota. Still would love some future maps/ships/modes. Game's still worth playing and keeping alive. Yeah, I agree. I've never played Dota. I know what it is, but I obviously would love that too. Future maps, ships, modes, especially modes and maps for me. I'm fine with ships, leave it as is if that's what they want to do. But it's the game mechanics are so good the flying mechanics are so good. And you have such a solid structure there, right? And to not have that further be built on in future updates, it does bum me out. And at the same time, like I said, I do appreciate that, that old school style of releasing a game here. It's out, it's done, enjoy. I appreciate it. At the same time, it's 2020 and I've been spoiled. But yeah, I appreciate that, Arco, and I agree. It's a fun ass game. I wish I had time to play it today. Maybe tonight. Maybe I'll do a stream tonight. I really don't know, but kind of still have to pack quite a bit. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Vince Wynn, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support once again, man. Vince says, haven't recommended something in a while. Everyone, if you like Seven, please check out The Exorcist 3, one of my favorite horror movies. I've never seen The Exorcist. I think the only Exorcist I've ever seen is the first one. Exorcist 3. Horror psychological thriller. Let's see. Exorcist 3 is a talky literary sequel with some scary moments that rival anything from the original. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I've never... Is that Patton? Is that the guy who played Patton? What's his name? Yeah, it's George C. Scott. Okay, interesting. A lot of familiar faces. Yeah, I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it. And I believe the only Exorcist... I'm pretty sure the only Exorcist that I've ever seen... is the first one. And even then, man, Vince, I feel like I've seen it. I feel like it's one of those movies that I haven't seen in like 15 plus years. I feel like I haven't sat down and watched it in maybe since high school, to tell you the truth. It might be that long since I've actually sat down to watch The Exorcist. But yeah, so far on our list we have really Hereditary is what my wife really wants to watch, and then I really want to watch Evil Dead. So those are kind of too big on our list, and maybe we'll throw Exorcist 3 in there. But yeah, I appreciate that, Vince. Everybody checking out. My all-time favorite Star Wars game is Star Wars Galaxies, Sam. Icy Toa 1, thank you so much for the channel support, man. Icy says, think we're on the way to a second proper lockdown here in the UK. I would say more time for squadrons, but I'd carry on working. But you would carry on working. I see what you're saying. Enjoy your trip. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's like I said earlier, it's really interesting to see the dynamic and the reaction from various, because this is a very global community here on the HelloGreedo YouTube channel, especially, it's 11:25 a.m. my time, which means what time is it over there? Like 4:25? Yeah, so it's really interesting to see kind of the worldwide reaction to everything and how things are still holding up, or how things, what the plan is across the planet. And I feel, obviously, the United States has been a complete clusterfuck in terms of lack of leadership. It's embarrassing. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know, man. But we will enjoy the trip. We, as safe as we possibly can be. My wife works in the medical field, so it's not like, we've been negative the whole time, but yeah, so we're safe about all that stuff. As safe as you possibly can be. But yeah, if you do go into a second lockdown, I guess you could see what the max level of squadrons is, I suppose. But I appreciate that, Icy. Hope you're doing good. Squadrons is tough, Zamir. It's a really tough game. And especially if you're not used to flying games, which I'm not, I feel like just in the past, I played it for about 20 something hours so far. And I feel like in those 20 plus hours, I've exponentially gotten better. The one thing that I really can't get down is drifting. I don't know why. I think it's just a matter of like mashing the buttons in order and remembering what I need to do in the moment. Because most of the time when I need to drift, somebody's on my tail and it's kind of a hectic, chaotic moment. And I have not gotten drifting down yet. But yeah. Scruffy Nerf Herder. Oh, what's up, Caleb? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I heard it's super freaky, and yeah, we'll see. We're definitely gonna watch it, but is it gonna be one of those movies that's gonna make me feel like shit? We'll see. Scruffy Nerf Herder, thank you so much, man. Scruffy says, enjoy the time away, man. Drink all the beers, we shall. With the next SpaceX crew launch scheduled on Halloween, have you been to the Cape for a launch? We will drink all the beers, and we will. There's a couple like really cool cocktail places there, and there is a what is it called? It's called Gins and Friends. It is awesome. I usually don't drink. What is it? It's a martini, Hunters of Martini. It's a martini like cocktail bar, which is, it's usually something that I don't go for, but dude, like they make like, let me see if I can find a picture. I've been a couple times. It is insane. Say martini. Oh, I've had a martini. Not like this. You haven't had one. You have not had a martini like this. There's a Fruit Loop martini. They're ridiculous. Bourbon pecan pie martini, a Butterfinger martini. I mean, like, it's some of the best drinks you can possibly get. They're delicious, and when we get one, I'll take a picture for sure. Looking forward to it. Anyway, we shall, Scruffy. I've never been to a launch of a SpaceX rocket. I've never been down there for a SpaceX launch. I have been down there for numerous shuttle launches when the shuttle program was in operation. Yeah, I want to say that I've been to maybe 6 or 7 shuttle launches over the years. The program was suspended with STS-135. I was there for the final launch. Yeah, that was in 2011. So yeah, I've seen like 6 or 7 shuttle launches. That's it. I want to go down for a SpaceX launch. It's just a matter of finding the time to do so. It'll be really fun when my daughter's a little older and she can go down, and we can sleep in the car, go to Spaceview Park, go to Titusville, check all that stuff out. But it's an experience, man. I don't know how it is with the SpaceX launch in person. No idea, but like I would love to go down for a Falcon Heavy launch because I believe it's pretty comparable to a Saturn V in terms of I don't know, size. I don't know. But with the shuttle launch, man, it was awesome. I loved seeing shuttle launches at night because it really did look like a sunrise. It looked like the sun was rising. It lit up the sky. And, once obviously sound travels slower than light and you see the launch start taking off, the shuttle gets a little bit in the sky, and then you just feel that rumble, and you hear that rumble. And yeah, I miss it, man. It's hard to believe that STS-135 was almost 10 years ago and I was there. Pretty cool though. But anyway, I appreciate that, Scruffy. We shall drink all the beers. Yeah, I always recommend, like, if anybody comes to the States, I mean, where do people go when they come to the United States, right? Like, if somebody's visiting from somewhere else, do most people, like, go to Disney World? I would love to see a graph, a percentage of how many, like, people visiting the United States just go to Disney World, go to Orlando. I mean, it's cool, but if you're going to go to Orlando, you're only like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Kennedy Space Center. You could maybe, and they scrub launches all the time, but you could go out there, and drive back, you know. Go see a launch if that's where you're going. If your goal is to go to Orlando, to Disney World, you know, go see a launch. Go to Kennedy Space Center, see some history, you know. But I would recommend going to, like, our national parks out west, you know. Some places like that. But, yeah. LA or New York City. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I guess a lot of people would probably go to DC too. I'm not sure, Maxton. I didn't do a lightsaber build out there. I believe it's like $200 though. Just, it's not something that I'm that interested in, you know. Damn, Vince. Maybe that was before. I know they're not allowed to do it over land nowadays. I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to without permission. I don't know. Maybe that's not true anymore. I don't know. I've actually never heard Sonic Boom before. Wherever you see somebody wearing the same shirts while someone... Yeah, like a little group. Yeah, for sure. But it's probably like when we went over to London, you know, me and my wife went over to London. We did all the touristy stuff, you know, Tower of London. We went out and saw Stonehenge, which is still crazy that we did that. We took a bus to Stonehenge. I don't know, it's just kind of neat. The Roman baths, you know. So we did all the touristy stuff too. Yeah, I love DC, Edward. We went to DC in 2012. Yeah, it was either 2012 or 2013. I believe it was 2013. I proposed to my wife there, but I loved DC, man. That's the only time I've ever been. I love DC. Beautiful city. Yeah. Yeah, I loved it. But I've been to New York a lot. I mean, I had a couple friends that lived up there. Me and my friends used to take road trips up there. Me and my wife have gone up there a couple times. And the thing is, like, it's all right. It's cool. I could never live there, but it's cool. I guess you either love it and you want to be there and want to stay there, or you're like, yeah, this is all right for a couple days. But yeah, LA was all right too. I was there for EA Play. I wish I would have explored a little more, but like the Hollywood Strip wasn't that impressive to me, you know. It's cool to see, but meh, you know. If I never make it out there again, I would be completely fine. I would probably actually investigate and check and try to find some cool places to go, you know, and not just kind of bum around Hollywood. But, all right, guys. So it is time for me to jet. Like I said, I'm going out of town tomorrow. I don't know if I'll throw together a little stream tonight. If I do, it'll probably be around 7:30 or so. If I don't, I will see you guys on Monday, I suppose. I got a couple videos scheduled for Friday and Saturday. I might get another one up for Sunday. We shall see. But, all right, guys. Mystery Dude, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the stream. I appreciate the hell out of that, man. We will have a good trip. Cheers. Let me cheers you with my water. Cheers, Mystery Dude. I appreciate it, man. All right, follow me on Instagram if you want some pictures of us doing some fun shit. Yeah, that's all. just follow me on Instagram. I can't promise I'll post anything, but if I do, it'll probably be of a beer. But all right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, hanging out with me this afternoon. It's always a blast to just kind of... my feet are literally up on my desk, and I'm just talking into a microphone. It's always a good time, man. But all right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your morning, your evening, your afternoon, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you on the flip side. See ya!